bad. Glad you found the place.
Why'd you want to meet me down here?
Neutral ground, I guess.
Maybe we should have met over Yo's and powwowed over a couple of shots.
Dad, I know, I messed up.
Yeah, you did.
Okay?
Thank God you got hauled down to the station instead of getting into a car with your so-called friends and ending up wrapped around a tree. Come on, Luke, you got more going on for you than that. You know better.
I said, I know, I messed up, okay? Cause you cut me some slack.
I have been cutting you slack. I know that these past few months have been very difficult for you, but that does not give you a blank check to go out and do...
Dad, believe me, I get it. Will this be the worst time to ask you for a favor?
You're kidding, right?
No. I need you to talk to Mom about Keith.
Oh, good. You came. Thank you.
I'm not sure this is such a good idea. Your mother doesn't like me.
My mother's not here. She's at her oncologist. You would try to sort through insurance claim forms. You need a special degree.
How's your mother doing?
She's tired. She's helpful, and she's more scared than she admits. But I guess that's to be expected. Thank you for asking.
So, you called me, remember?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out where we stand. Two of us. We left things a little weird after what happened with Luke.
A little weird? You basically told me you don't trust me with your son.
Honey, what are you doing here?
I live here?
Well, of course you live here. I just didn't expect to see you here. Not now, at least.
Do you want me to take these downstairs?
Yes, that would be
all
so great. Oh, just some stuff. I thought that we'd move down into storage now that you're living back at home. Give us some more room. Yes, thank you very much. And we can have some breakfast.
I'm not hungry, Mother. Stop trying to feed me. Could you wait a second? Now, are you going to tell me what you're up to?
And why do you think I'm up to something?
Because our suite would fit all of this stuff and more.
One baby. Same foot. Different prints. Rosanna, this is what you were trying to tell me.
Hey, would you stay up all night? What's going on? What was that? What's going on? I thought we weren't going to keep secrets from each other.
I think maybe something shady happened with Jennifer's baby.
Look, I'm sorry she's sick, but I just can't take her hours today.
You've been bugging me for extra shifts for weeks.
I know, but I don't need them anymore. Matter of fact, I might not need to work here at all anymore.
You hit the lottery or something?
I really need to talk to you.
I'm gonna call Darla. She might actually appreciate the extra work.
What crawled up your pants?
So I hear my folks talking this morning. They say something about you wanting to get the baby back. Are you nuts?
She was just awful, Jack.
She told you our home wasn't good enough for her baby.
In between threatening me and making demands, yes. Who does that little kid think she is?
She's probably feeling threatened.
In the world could she possibly have to be threatened about? She's the one who marched in here demanding to take the baby back.
She actually said that she wanted the baby back? She already signed the papers.
Gwen told me that she has 30 days to change her mind, which to me makes it sound like that beautiful baby is more like a pair of shoes.
Okay, all right, why don't we just step back, take a breath, and think this through?
I have thought about it, Jack. And the more I think about it, the more infuriating it is. Like that child has any idea what it takes to take care of a baby.
How old is she?
I don't know. I didn't even ask her. But when she was holding the baby, she was staring like it was the first time she'd ever seen one. I'm telling you, she cannot look after him. Which is why I have a call into one of Rosanna's lawyers.
You got an attorney involved?
Absolutely. Jack, we need a restraining order or something. I want this Gwen Norbeck as far away from us and that little baby as she can possibly get.
These are just some things I had for you that I never got a chance to give you, and this little outfit was one of them. I just thought we should put them down in storage.
Why?
Because I don't think it's healthy to have them around where you can dwell on them.
No, why put them in storage? Why don't you just get rid of them?
Because, honey, someday you'll want these things. You're going to have more children. You're going to have a little boy, a little girl.
No, don't say that. I don't want another child. I want my baby.
Honey, I know how painful this is for you, and I know that you're hurting, and I know that your hormones are still raging, but you know you will get through this. It will feel better than it does today, Jen.
Don't say that this is my hormones, Mother, and please, don't tell me what I will or won't do. Just get rid of these baby things.
Jen.
I guess she's still pretty emotional, huh?
And I guess you're not here to see me.
No, I had to come pick up a check from Lisa for the Police Benevolent Association. But I couldn't help overhearing you talking about some baby clothes.
I keep telling myself that she's going to get through this. But she's in as much pain as she was the day he died.
Well, in the meantime, couldn't Will's child use the clothes?
You need to get out more. Get out from behind that desk, because Will is the father of no one's child.
He's not. Well, I thought Casey said that
It was a misguided attempt to help out a friend. He felt sorry for the girl, and she took advantage of his good nature.
Well, I guess you're relieved.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Will had been the father of this child? He would have ruined his life.
Excuse me, but if Will isn't the father, did he say who was?
I didn't ask, Margot. And as long as it's not my son, I couldn't care less.
Tell me it's not true. You're not really thinking about getting the baby back.
I don't know what you're all bent up about. It's none of your business anyway.
If what you told me about the baby's true, it is my business.
Oh, I get it. It's not that it's a bad idea for me or the baby. You're just freaking out because you're scared that your little secret is gonna leak out.
It was one night, Gwen. Why are you trying to ruin everyone's life over it?
Whose life is the only one that's come even remotely close to getting ruined? Mine. This is about a whole lot more than one night for me, Casey. I felt that baby growing inside of me for all those months. So what's going on right now is between me and my baby. It has absolutely nothing to do with you.
What is she gonna do, Jack? Strap the baby onto her back in history class, have him nap during physical education?
I don't want to hear this, but the fact is that if Gwen wants the baby back, there might not be anything we can do about it.
What court would possibly decide that that child should raise a baby? She can't, Jack. She shouldn't be given that kind of
Listen to me
responsibility.
for a second.
because
Listen
she
to me.
can't.
Listen, she's not a child. She may be young, but she's not a little girl. She's nearly an adult. She may not be as experienced as a mother as you are, but that doesn't mean that the baby's in any real danger.
Jack, the kid who walked into this house yesterday could not raise a goldfish. And she doesn't have two nickels to rub together either.
Yes. I'm guessing you said that to her too, right?
Not in those exact words. What? You should have heard the things she was saying to
so
me.
you lost your temper and things spun out of control.
I couldn't help it.
I bet. It's one of the things I love so much about you.
Don't try to make me feel better.
I'll go talk to Gwen.
No, don't do that. Let the lawyer handle it. You just got home. You haven't even slept.
Like I can get any sleep now? No. Attorneys just complicate things more than they need to be. Listen, I'll talk to Gwen. I'll get her to see it'll be better for the baby to stay here with us. And maybe with no yelling and screaming, we can come to a compromise.
Those papers you just stashed, they were hospital records, weren't they?
How do you know that?
You don't have to hide it from me. Okay, I think I understand what you're trying to do.
You do?
Yeah, you're looking for someone to blame. I'm just not sure suing Memorial for negligence is gonna get you what you want. I'm not trying to tell you how to run your life. But just think about it for a minute, okay? Jennifer's baby was born so early. Maybe he wasn't strong enough to survive on his own.
What if Jennifer's baby could have survived?
Questions like that aren't gonna bring him back. Dragging it through court, it's just gonna make Jennifer relive it, and she's in pain, Paul. She needs to heal.
I promise you that I won't say a word to Jennifer until I have absolute proof of what happened.
Good. That's good. You know, the best thing you can do for your sister right now is stop obsessing over things you can't change. Focus on the future. Get her to do the same thing. Stay positive.
How do you do that?
Simple things. Like today. I'm gonna go buy a baby gift, and I'm gonna stop and see Carly and the new baby. You wanna come with me?
No, I was actually there yesterday. I saw him then.
Oh. Okay. Oh,
You give him my love, though.
okay.
How could you think I don't trust you?
Well, you basically said, how dare you take my kid flying?
No. I had no idea where you were. You don't understand that?
Once I explained it to you, you still jumped on us.
All right, fine. I overreacted, and I appreciate what you did for Luke.
Okay.
If you hadn't stayed behind, he would have sneaked out and gotten into worse trouble. Thank you.
So what's the problem?
Me, him, everybody, this family is just going through so much transition right now.
Well, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be such a scaredy cat. Change could be good.
You have no idea how difficult this past year has been for Luke. He needs a little stability in his life. Please.
Right. Same old, you know. But I'm telling you, he changed up there. The day before yesterday, he was stomping around. He was angry at the world, and especially me. A couple hours in the air, he's excited. He's asking a million questions about everything, you know. So, you see, that experience up there, he brought that back down here with him.
I know. I felt the same way when you took me up there.
Okay. So, you see, I just thought I was getting through to him. I mean, life for Luke was like one disaster after another, but now he's got some kind of hope, something to believe in, something new.
Wow. Since when did you know so much about Luke?
Because I was just like him when I was his age, you know? I was as mad at everybody, I wouldn't listen to anything.
What changed?
Well, I found something I love. Flying changed my life, and I think it can change his life, too.
I think you're a wonderful man, and you have so many qualities I would love Luke to emulate, but this is different.
Why?
Because flying, this is not a decision I can make alone. Alone, you know?
I see, so you have to fly it past Holden.
Yeah. Holden and I may not be together anymore, but as parents, we are. And I can tell you, Holden will not approve.
Okay, so let me get this straight. After your mother grounded you, you decided to sneak out of the house anyway, and that's when Keith caught you.
Yeah.
But instead of bringing you back up to your room and locking you in there until your mother got back, he took you up in an airplane.
Yes. It was awesome, Dad. We flew everywhere. I could even see the lights on this roof. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'll bet. Okay, Luke. I think you're right. I think it's time that I talk to your mother and Keith.
She wants the baby back?
Yeah.
Can you believe the nerve? Well, that little kid is not getting anywhere near Rosanna's baby again. Not even if I have to park myself on that doorstep and beat her away with a stick.
What does Jack say about all this?
He says that the law might be on her side.
Seriously?
Seriously. He just went to talk to her to see if he could talk some sense into her.
Well, what's he gonna say to her, Carly?
Hopefully that if she values her life, she'll stay away. Because if his wife ever sees her again, that little witch will wish she's never been born.
Okay, well, what if he can't convince her to let it go, honey?
I don't know. I just know that I can't give up that baby, Emily. When Rosanna first told me that she was going to adopt him, I saw this hope in her that I hadn't seen in so long. And then when she asked me and Jack if we would take the baby and take care of it if anything ever happened to her, it just means the world to me that she trusts me like that, you know?
Yeah, I know. I understand, but, can we talk numbers for a second here? I mean, you've got your two and JJ and now Rosanna's. I mean, I know you're not working, and I know what Jack makes as a cop. It's going to take some creative
Rosanna
budgeting.
took care of all that. She set up a trust fund for the baby. And it's like she knew. You know, it's almost like she knew.
No, what she knew is that you would take care of her child, whether there was a trust fund or not, because she knows what a big heart you got.
You do the same thing for your sister, I know that. It's all I can do for Rosanna now. And I know she will never forgive me if I give her baby away.
Look, Casey, if you think this is some pathetic attempt to hook up with you, you're wrong.
Then why are you doing it?
Because I want my baby back. Didn't you hear me the first time?
Yeah. What if you do get him back? You know what everybody's next question's gonna be?
I'm not going to tell anybody you're the father. Nobody's going to know.
Celia and Will know.
Do you think they're going to say anything? Don't you trust anybody? Never mind. I already know the answer to that question.
Listen, as soon as people see you trying to take care of a baby by yourself, they're gonna want to know where the father is.
It's none of their business, so you can go back to pretending like nothing ever happened.
Hey, Case.
Hi, Jack.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I need to talk to your friend here.
Yeah, no problem. I've got to check some messages anyway.
Gwen Norbeck, right? Detective Jack Snyder.
Carly's husband.
Yeah. I understand you paid our house a little visit last night.
That's right. It's not against the law. You can't arrest me for that.
I don't want to arrest you, Gwen. I want to talk to you. Can I buy you something to eat? A drink, maybe?
I'm kind of sick of the food here.
We can go someplace else if you want.
Does this uniform look like I can come and go whenever I want? Just say what you have to say.
My wife says that you and she got pretty upset last night.
Yeah, she wouldn't let me see my kid.
Well, you did show up out of the blue, Gwen, and she couldn't be sure who you were.
Oh, she knew who I was.
And you already knew that her sister had a really bad accident, and she's still pretty shaken up over the whole thing.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about
And when
that.
something happens like that to someone you love, you tend to hold the people around you a little tighter.
I get that. That's why I want my kid back.
Gwen, if you're worried that we won't love him like one of our own, you shouldn't be. We already do.
Except that I didn't give him to you.
No, you didn't, Gwen. You gave him to Carly's, who asked that we take care of him if anything should happen to her. She gave it a lot of thought, Gwen. She wanted to make sure that the baby's best interests were looked after. Isn't that why you chose Rosanna in the first place?
Yeah, but things are different now. She's gone, and I'm here. I'm the baby's mother. He ought to be with me.
No, he ought to be with people who have a good chance at showing him a good life.
And you don't think I can? You don't know me.
Raising a child isn't as easy as it sounds, especially when you haven't even graduated high school yet. How do you plan to cope?
Your wife asked me the same question, and I'll tell you exactly what I told her. Whatever it takes, I can handle it. Whenever I need to be at school or at work, I'll hire a babysitter.
Do you have any idea how much that costs, Gwen?
I don't need to worry about money. My kid's rich.
So after my sister Jennifer brought her baby to the hospital, there was nothing out of the ordinary in terms of his treatment, was there?
I don't know what you were expecting to hear, Mr. Ryan, but I can assure you that Memorial has one of the best neonatal units in the country. Your sister's baby got the best care available. Everything that could have been.
So after he was born, you were with him the entire time?
Well, I was there until the end of my shift.
Well, who took over then?
Special duty nurse Kristen Thompson.
Well, I'm gonna need a number for her. I should probably talk to her.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ryan, she's gone.
What do you mean she's gone?
Well, she left town with no forwarding address the night your nephew was born and back.
Why'd she leave town?
Well, rumor has it she came into a large sum of money, the lottery or something. At first, I didn't know whether to believe it, but this is America.
Well, there's gotta be another way to reach her. She's got family, she's got friends. Was she seeing anybody?
I'm sorry, Mr. Ryan. Like I told Mrs. Montgomery, I don't know where she went.
Rosanna asked you about this nurse?
Yes, sir. When I met with her about the donation she wanted to make to the hospital.
Do you remember when that was?
How could I ever begin? It was the same day as her accident. We met at the coffee shop, Java. To think, just a few hours later, she was gone.
Coming up on As the World Turns.
Come out to the house. Maybe we can work out some kind of compromise if we just talk all this out.
You and Paul be the baby's godparents?
Wait. I know you.
Rosanna must have told you why she needed to find this nurse.
She was making a donation to Memorial's nurses organization. She said she wanted to thank us all individually and ask if I could make a list of everyone's names and addresses.
So the only thing she wanted to know about this nurse was their address?
Well, she asked a few other questions, but I don't think I can tell you what they were. Mainly, I remember not being able to give her Nurse Thompson's address.
Do you think maybe this whole donation thing was some kind of a cover-up story?
No, I don't think so. She handed me a very generous...
There's got to be something that Rosanna said.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ryan. I've told you everything I know.
Well, I'm sorry too, but this is very important to me.
I'm sure it is. But we gave Mrs. Montgomery's child the same care as every other baby. I'm not going to help you make a case against our staff. I think I better go.
Wait, no, please don't go. Not yet, please. Listen, Rosanna said something to me the night of the accident, but she lost consciousness before I could really understand what she was saying. So I'm trying to retrace her steps. And maybe I can figure out what happened to her before she got into the car that night. And if you and I keep talking, maybe you'll say something that could help.
I'm not sure I can help.
I'm going to ignore that. All right, I'm going to get rid of whoever that is, and then you and I, maybe we can finish up.
Paul, I really need to talk to you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you had a meeting. Wait. I know you.
The baby comes with money to make sure that he gets everything that he needs.
Comes with?
Yep, Mrs. Montgomery set up some kind of account, some trust fund thing.
Rosanna told you that?
Nope, a lawyer did.
Gwen, you contacted a lawyer?
I sure did, and I read the papers. Look, I know how difficult it is for somebody like me to deal with people like you. I want my kid back. Your wife was really mean about it, so I called somebody who could help me get him back.
Okay.
He told me about the money.
All right, even with all the money in the world, raising a child without a partner, it's really tricky.
People do it all the time.
Oh, have you talked to any of them? Because I guarantee you, all of them will say the same thing, that it's no picnic doing it alone. Gwen, say you have to work here late, or you've got a big final exam you got to study for, and you can barely keep your eyes open, and the baby starts crying, and you have no idea what the problem is. It helps having a partner there to walk the floor with him or make a bottle. And I'm sorry if I'm getting too personal, but have you thought about how this is going to change your life? Graduating high school is one thing, Gwen. But then you're supposed to go to college, date, manage a love life, all with a baby demanding your attention night after night. Do you have any close family you can rely on to help you out here?
Not really.
Okay, what about the father? Is he in the picture?
No.
Can he help? Before you make up your mind, please come out to the house again. Spend some more time with the baby.
Your wife's not gonna let me do that.
Carly can be really understanding once you get to know her. We all get tense when we feel like we're pressured, right? Come out to the house. Maybe we can work out some kind of compromise if we just talk all this out.
What you're saying about it being hard and everything, maybe so. But don't you think that a baby should know who his mom is?
I think there's a way for you to stay in his life without having to shoulder all the responsibility day after day.
I'll compromise.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you and Carly got off on the wrong foot. I really am. I'll talk to her. I'm sure we can work something out.
When Rosanna comes home, she's gonna find her little boy safe and sound and waiting for her. He needs to be here, Emily, with us. He's a part of this family. And in the meantime, I'm gonna tell him all about her. How much she loves him, how much she wants him. And I'll show him pictures every day. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Well, this was taken on the day. Well, that's it, Emily. That's what we have to do.
You lost me.
No, we have to make it real. We have to stand up in front of God, in front of our friends and family, and prove how much we love that little boy upstairs. We have to claim him as an official member of this family.
Carly, I don't have to tell you that a christening doesn't make it official, not in a legal sense.
Well, I know. But think about it. If the worst happens and we have to go to court, then it'll just prove to the judge that we've treated Rosanna's baby the same way we treat our own.
I think it's a great idea. What can I do to help?
I'm glad you asked. This might seem a little awkward, but please promise me that you'll think about it before you say no.
Okay.
Shoot. Well, you know that Rosanna and Paul, they had a very deep connection. I mean, I know things ended badly, but you were close, and
that you don't need to tiptoe, okay? I understand that Rosanna meant a great deal to Paul. It's okay. Just because you're not with someone doesn't mean you still don't have feelings for them. I get that.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so...
And I think that Rosanna would like it if Paul were a part of her baby's life. And you know I love you. You're one of my very best friends in the entire world. And I really think it's perfect. Would you and Paul be the baby's godparents?
Wow. Oh, honey, that's huge.
It is, I know. If you need time to think about it, I understand.
No. No, of course not. Paul and I would be honored.
You're the nurse from Memorial, from the neonatal unit?
Once again, I want to tell you how sorry I am about your loss.
Thank you. You know, you spent more time with him than I did. You knew what he was like, didn't
Miss
you?
Bentley, thank you so much.
So-
I think I've taken up too much of your time already. If I have any other questions, I'll call you, okay?
Goodbye.
Bye.
What was that all about?
Nothing.
You couldn't get her out of here quick enough. What are you so worried about, Paul?
Nothing. I just don't want to see you get upset again.
I am so sick of everyone protecting me. You have no idea what it feels like. It feels so awful to make everyone walk on eggshells around you.
If you need to know, I was talking to her because I'm thinking of making a donation to the neonatal unit in memory of your son.
That is such a wonderful, generous thing to do. I'm so sorry I snapped at you. I don't know what's wrong with me.
There's nothing wrong with
No,
you.
then why am I jumping down everybody's throat today? I just did the same thing to Mom.
Yeah, well, Mom carries a needle for every occasion.
It wasn't her fault this time. She was just taking care of something that needed to be taken care of, and I blew up at her. Oh, I hate this. I hate thinking that I'm all right, and then all of a sudden one little thing happens and I just fall to pieces again.
There's a number to the house, my cell and Carly's cell. Anytime you want to come see the kid, you just give us a shout first, okay?
Okay.
See you later, Case.
Tell me this isn't happening.
What are you whining about now?
Tell me that Jack and Carly Snyder are not the people with the baby.
It wasn't supposed to be that way. He was supposed to go with Carly's sister, but she got in an accident.
Rosanna? Like Rosanna Cabot, she was the one who was supposed to adopt it?
Why are you freaking out?
Because Craig Montgomery's my uncle. And when you said you wanted to send it away to be adopted, I thought it was going to be to someone we don't know.
Look, I didn't know them. But none of that matters now anyways. Rosanna's in a coma. Your uncle, he's in the slammer. So that great, too good to be true home that my baby was supposed to have, it fell apart. So maybe the universe is trying to tell me that I'm not supposed to give him away.
Or maybe the universe is trying to tell you that Jack and Carly should have it.
Him.
What?
Him. We have a son. And I've seen him. I've held him in my arms. And maybe you can forget and go on like it never happened. But I can't.
Don't do this. Leave the baby with Jack and Carly. I mean, they've got a ton of kids. They know how to do it. It would be better for everybody.
Everybody or just for you?
You know, Lily, you keep telling me how bad you feel because Luke is always disappointed.
No, you cannot guilt me into changing my mind. Luke is too young to fly a plane. Period.
I disagree. He's a natural, and I'm telling you, he's going to be disappointed.
Oh, he'll get used to it and move on until he finds something else he's interested in.
Well, what about me? What am I going to do?
What about you?
What am I going to do? What's going to interest me?
Oh, I think you've got a few ideas already, don't you?
Yes, I do.
She told me. She said she'd be helping Grandma.
Hello. Hey.
Luke said that you'd be here.
Yeah, is everything all right? Everything okay? What's going on?
You know what? Why don't I give you...
Actually, Keith, that's okay. You need to stay because I'd like to speak to both of you. Luke and I, we had a nice long conversation.
Did he tell you about his drinking?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to be mucking out stalls for the next 4 weekends.
Oh, perfect. Good.
He also told me about his impromptu airplane trip.
Well, no, I take full responsibility for that, okay?
Yeah, he seems to be bitten by the bug, Keith. He says you offered to teach him how to fly for real.
Yeah, Keith offered, but I said absolutely not.
I think it's a great idea.
She wrote the book on lies and betrayal. Now she's back to write a new chapter.
I will finish what I started. That's a promise.
Evil has a name. Sheila. Nobody does revenge better. The Young and the Restless. CBS Daytime.
This is great. So, when are we gonna get to go up again?
Anytime.
Right now?
Well, if you're really serious about being a pilot, there's some books that you need to read and some software that you can practice with.
This is too cool, man.
Okay, well, whenever your parents say it's okay, we'll get the stuff.
It's up to your mom.
Please, Mom. I really want to do this, please.
All right. As long as your father says it's okay, I'm not going to be a Scrooge about it.
Thank you.
Okay, so you ready?
You know it.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Okay. Well, that was a shock.
What, Luke getting enchanted with flying?
No, that you said it was okay. Guess after all these years, you still have a few surprises left, did you?
Is that the only reason you said no? Because you didn't think I'd approve?
Well, I have to tell you, I was having these visions of my only son thousands of feet in the air with nothing but a piece of tin between him and the ground. I was feeling a bit queasy, but I really said no because I didn't think you would approve, and I would never want to do something that you wouldn't approve of.
Well, thank you for thinking about my feelings and all this.
We're their parents. We have to stick together because of the kids. You know?
That's right. That's right, we do. And I haven't seen him this lit up in over a year.
I know, it's great. But that's not the reason why you said yes, just because he's happy,
No,
is it?
I did it for you.
For me?
Yeah, for you, because if you're going to have Keith in your life, then I guess I won't look to get along with him.
Can't you see that it'd be better for you, for me, and for all of us if we just forget about this whole thing and moved on?
This thing is my son. I'm not moving on and leaving him behind.
You're just being stubborn. You're not thinking about what's best for him. You're thinking about what's best for you.
No, just shut up. I don't want to hear one more word out of your mouth. We are not talking about this baby again. Do you hear that? You have nothing more to say about it.
It's all arranged. The minister has time. He'll christen the baby. When? Tonight.
Tonight? Are you kidding me? I gotta go find Paul and tell him.
Great, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
gosh,
you so
honey,
much,
I know how much
Emily.
this means to you. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Jack, I'll see you at the church.
We're going to church?
Yeah. I made arrangements to christen the baby. I think it's the best way to make him a real part of the family.
Honey, I don't think that's such a good idea.
Why not?
Well, I don't think we should provoke Gwen.
Gwen is not invited. Did you talk to her?
We had a pretty long chat, yeah.
Well, so you see how impossible she is, don't you? What did she say?
Well, at first she claimed that she could handle everything.
Oh, Lord, how? How is she gonna do that? She's still in school, Jack. She can't possibly raise the baby.
She knows about the baby's trust fund.
How? We've barely had time to go through Rosanna's papers ourselves.
Apparently, she got a lawyer and he filled her in on everything that Rosanna had set up.
That's it. Well, that's it. Don't you see it? Gwen doesn't want the baby, Jack. She wants the money.
No, honey, she didn't even know about the money until she'd been here asking for the baby back.
I don't believe that. She knows that Rosanna is rich. She probably figured that there was money in it, and her lawyer confirmed it.
I really think that we should try and work with this girl. If she's already lawyered up, it's not going to take any time at all for this thing to get ugly.
Well, maybe it should get ugly, Jack. Maybe that's just what should happen.
Why?
Because that girl is out of her league. Maybe if we pummel her in the first round, she'll disappear and she won't come back.
Listen to yourself.
No, you listen to me. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to keep my promise to my sister. Nobody is taking that baby away.
Do you ever just wish you could just turn back the clock?
More than you know.
I know it sounds crazy, but I wish I'd never gone to the cabin. Because I just want my son back, and nobody can give that to me.
Jennifer, listen, I know that you can't believe me right now. But everything is gonna be okay, I promise.
Thank you. Okay.
Time to make sure. Hey, it's Paul Ryan calling. Listen, I need for you to arrange a meeting between me and a prisoner. Craig Montgomery.
On the next As the World Turns.
You all right?
Yeah, we were just
Having a little argument. Yeah, about the baby.
Nice try, but forget it.
Forget what?
Forget it. It's not going to happen. Your little scheme here, it's not going to work.
I don't even know how stupid it is.
Stop it. Katie and I, where we're at, because that's just the way things played out.